Why did you dig that hole?
Because I was bored.
Tell me about that hole, though. It's a very specific hole. I mean, it's a very unique hole, I should say.
15-year-old Alyssa Bustamante admits to digging a small but undeniably grave-shaped hole mere meters from the last known whereabouts of missing 9-year-old Elizabeth Alton. Authorities were drawn to the Bustamante household even before the hole's discovery. The Altons were neighbors just 4 doors down, and Emma, Alyssa's 6-year-old half-sister, was the last person to see the missing girl. At 5 p.m. on October 21, 2009, Emma begged Elizabeth to come play hopscotch and board games, as she often did. Elizabeth went on her way with a borrowed phone and instructions to be home by 6 p.m. She never made it back. By 10 p.m., hundreds of volunteers were scouring through dense woodland in the pouring rain. After taking credit for what seems to be a shallow grave, Alyssa agrees to speak with Sergeant David Rice of the Missouri State Highway Patrol. The teen's proximity to the case means she's already been informally questioned and probably expects this encounter to be equally toothless. She's blind to the fact Rice enters with an ace up his sleeve. A search of the Bustamante home uncovered a diary with a scratched-out entry dated to Elizabeth's disappearance. Shedding backlight on the scroll reveals 2 words: slit and throat.
Imagine being just 15 and already keeping a diary that reads like a horror script. Those 2 words, slit and throat, aren't teenage angst. They're evidence of premeditation. And yet, at this stage, the officers still had no idea how deep her darkness went.
To Alyssa's right is Juvenile Officer Tony Mayer. Missouri state law dictates a juvenile officer must be present to protect a minor's rights during interrogation. Mayer isn't permitted to provide legal counsel, nor can she participate in the questioning. And straying from this neutrality will jeopardize the investigation into Alyssa.
Okay, my name is David. You can just call me Dave.
Okay.
You go by Alyssa.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go through some basic information just to make sure that I understand a little bit about the house there and where you all live.
Okay.
And you all own that property out there, is that right?
The final figure in this crowded interview room is Alyssa's grandmother and legal guardian, Karen Brooke. A guardian must also be present when Alyssa is questioned, unless she waives this right. Karen will be Alyssa's source of solace and validation in the early stages of this interview, but she won't have the stomach to see it through to the end.
All right, we're going to start from Wednesday morning. Let's just kind of start there.
Okay.
Walk me through from the time you woke up in the morning. You woke up in the morning and walk me through exactly what happened from there.
So I went to school
Okay.
and I was there all day. And then I came home on the bus and I got home around 3. And I just hung out in my room for a little while. And then I went for a walk around 5. And I was just walking around in the forest for a while. And I was supposed to take my little sister with me, but I ditched her because she's annoying.
Okay.
Alyssa's teen angst runs deeper than finding her sister annoying. In a YouTube video of her brothers touching an electric fence with commentary delighting that this is where it gets good, this is where my brothers get hurt, her channel description listing cutting and killing people as hobbies, and her Joker-esque selfies can be found online to this day. But Alyssa didn't exactly invent the emo subculture, and you're about to hear the first hint that there's something profoundly wrong with this girl.
And I heard Emma yelling, so I went outside and she was down in the ditch area. She was stuck in thorn bushes, so I went down there and I helped her out. And she asked me why I was bleeding. Because, I told her I was on my period.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yeah, don't tell anyone that.
Alyssa's account has been vague for the most part. Yet, here she recalls a specific exchange with her sister. Authorities would later discover that Alyssa was in fact not on her period, so this was a lie. Alyssa obviously wants to conceal the blood's true source and realizes that learning about it from Emma.
That moment, the small lie about being on her period. It feels minor, but it's everything. Psychologists call it microdeception, the kind of lie that spirals into bigger ones. She was already rehearsing control, masking guilt with teenage drama.
Could prompt further questions from authorities. She hopes to preempt suspicion by bringing it up herself.
I'll kind of start you over a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you were at school.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't ditch that day.
Nope.
Okay. So we're verified that you're at school.
Yes.
So if we check, they're going to say you were at school
Yes.
that day.
Yes.
Okay. What'd you do at school?
I went to all my classes, did my schoolwork, went to lunch.
Okay. Anything happen at school?
Nope.
Anything eventful?
Just the usual school day.
Okay. I mean, anything out of the ordinary?
Nope.
Any fights or arguments with anybody?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Now you have a boyfriend.
I do.
Okay. What's his name?
His name's Dustin.
Dustin. Okay. What'd you do when you got home?
I went in my room, went to the bathroom, did usual stuff when you get home from school.
Sure.
ate some food, and then I decided to go for a walk because it was a nice day Wednesday.
Okay.
So I went outside in the forest and just.
Where'd you go when you say you went to a walk? Where'd you go?
Okay, there's like a tree line. If you were to like draw this for you or
I
something.
have a map.
Oh. It's like a side trail I go off on, and you just keep following that trail, and it goes off over there. And there's like a really cool cow pasture with a sweet looking. It's like a creek, kind of.
It's something we always do is we'll walk a person through their day, and we make a timeline just so we go through everything. So what time did you go for your walk?
As with any other suspect facing interrogation, these explanations comfort Alyssa. This is simply procedure, and she's not under any targeted scrutiny. In reality, repeated questions will reveal inconsistencies, and Rice will apply this tactic to clarify Alyssa's timeline and movements. Any comfort she feels serves Rice by lowering her guard.
I went for a walk around 4:30 or 5.
Okay. So how long, when you got home about 3:30, how long were you at home messing around before you went on your walk, do you think?
This is an early test of the integrity of Alyssa's timeline and of her demeanor. A suspect with something to hide is patient with repeated questions, lest they appear aggressive and therefore guilty. Alyssa will remain remarkably chipper as Rice pesters her to repeat herself.
I was home at least an hour.
Okay, so about 4:30 or 5 you went?
Right.
Okay.
I went home.
Did you take that same route
Yes.
back is what I'm asking?
Yes, I did.
So you went back up here, hung out at a pasture,
Mm-hmm.
and then came back here?
Yes.
Okay. How long did that take you to do?
It takes about.
How long were you on your walk? That's what I'm asking.
Walk? It's about 15 or 20 minutes, I believe.
How long were you gone that day on your walk?
I was gone for about an hour.
Okay, so you were gone about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
When you walked up there, the cow pasture, what were you doing up there?
I was just, enjoying nature, taking a walk.
Were you smoking?
No.
Okay. If you were, that's fine. I don't care. I'm just trying to get an idea.
This is one of those occasions where if you were, we don't care if you were.
Oh, I know. I wasn't. I
Okay.
promise.
Okay.
Okay.
The inclusive pronoun we aligns Maya with Detective Rice, a problematic position for a juvenile officer. Her wording suggests she's speaking on behalf of the police, and Alyssa may interpret further assurances from Maya as equally coming from authorities. Maya is supposed to remain an impartial observer, only stepping in if Alyssa's rights are being violated. But she'll continue to entangle herself in the questioning.
So you're walking up there, you go up to this cow pasture. Did you meet anybody up there?
Nope.
Did you meet Dustin up there? Did you meet anybody else up there? Did you see anybody on the trail?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It was just the forest.
Okay.
Peaceful, no one there.
Okay, so you walked up there, and you're gone about an hour, and then you came back.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And then what'd you do?
I went up in my room, and then I heard Emma, like, yelling.
And so you go down to help Emma,
Mm-hmm.
and she was stuck. How was she stuck?
Well, like, there was a big old bush of thorn, like, big old thorn bushes, and, like, she couldn't get over it. She somehow managed to get herself stuck in there, so I had to go down and help her.
Okay.
Is she like your little person? You look after her?
I do. I mean, she's annoying, but
She's still your person.
Yeah.
If the time is critical, my husband remembers because Alyssa went charging, running down the stairs. I mean, really loud. So
Yeah,
he knows
I heard her
exactly what
screaming.
time she went charging down the stairs because I think this is the critical time here because this is when Alyssa and Emma and Elizabeth had just parted ways at this point before she started crying.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that's an important time, but
Uh-huh. Yeah, I want to back you up a little bit because when you went on your walk, you said about 4:30 or 5 or so.
mm-hmm.
There are still points on the timeline that Rice needs to dig into, including the blood on Alyssa's pants. But Karen's unsolicited input threatens his authority over his suspect. He needs to re-establish that Alyssa is obligated to tell the full story and doesn't have the option to retreat behind her grandmother's version of events. Rice
What fascinates me here isn't Alyssa's answers. It's her grandmother's silence breaking apart. You can almost feel the generational disbelief. One moment, she's protecting her granddaughter. The next, she's realizing the child beside her might be a killer.
recovers control by taking us back in time to Alyssa's walk, asking for the third time who she saw that afternoon. Because Alyssa has lied on this point, her answer changes.
Who did you see when you went on your walk? I mean, when you went out, who was around then?
Well, I just remember seeing Catherine's car in the driveway. Grandma and Grandpa's cars in the garage, I believe. And I just walked out and I started like running to ditch Emma around there. And she
Okay, so Emma was behind you.
Yeah.
Did you see? You said your Aunt Catherine was home at that time.
Yes.
Okay. You helped Emma out, and then what'd you do from there?
We went back to the house after I had gotten her up out of the farms. And then we started to get ready for church, because church starts at 7.
Okay. Okay.
And we went to church and just did the activities till 8, came back, and everything was crazy.
So you got back at 8, and then, I mean, what did they tell you? What?
Well, they were like, yeah, there's 3 sheriffs here. People were out searching for her. They can't find her. And there was people searching the ditches and in the forest, and they had the dogs and everything. I don't know. It was
Couldn't find Elizabeth. Is that what they're telling you?
right.
They just said
And
she was
they
missing.
like, yeah, they were like questioning me about the day.
They just told you Elizabeth was missing.
My grandpa did, yes.
Yeah. How did that make you feel?
I was just, I didn't think it would like, happen. Like, things like this don't happen to you,
Alyssa responds with what she thought rather than answering the question of how she felt. Her intention is to parrot what she thinks an innocent person would say, whilst Rice's intention is to gauge her character. If someone is capable of hurting a child, it's easier for them to imagine other people's thought processes than it is to empathize with and replicate their feelings.
Well, what can you tell me about Elizabeth? I don't know, other than her name and her date of birth here, I don't know anything about this girl. Tell me about Elizabeth.
Well, she's 9.
Okay.
I don't really know that much about her either.
I mean, tell me what you do know about her.
Okay. She'd come over and swim. She's kind of girly, like
Okay.
not like naturistic, I guess you could say. She can be annoying.
Okay.
Body language analysis can admittedly be a dubious art, but Alyssa's relief at this break in the tension is undeniable. Unfortunately for her, this respite won't last long. Rice is about to introduce his first piece of incriminating evidence.
Well, there's been, there were some folks out there out in the forest, I guess, digging some holes or looking at some holes. Yeah, and I guess they had said that you like to go out there and dig holes. So I'm going to have to ask you some stuff about yourself.
Okay.
Because obviously that plays in there if they were looking at holes and you're out there in the forest and that sort of thing. So I guess just tell me a little bit about yourself so I understand where all this is coming from.
I really like nature, animals, being outside. It's just naturistic like that. And I get bored really easily, and I'm entertained really easily.
Okay.
So, digging holes is just something to do.
Alyssa is oddly eloquent, particularly when explaining she gets bored easily and is entertained easily, echoing the structure of expressions like no pain, no gain, or where there's smoke, there's fire. This parallel grammar rarely happens organically, suggesting that Alyssa's story is well rehearsed.
And behind our daycare house, there's like two still that you haven't filled in, right? 2 holes. That from when me and my brothers were digging holes when we lived in the house.
Okay.
And they're really big. But the one that usually I don't really dig very big holes because I get bored. I'll start doing it and I'll be like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore.
Okay. You just like to dig holes?
And I like to climb trees.
Okay.
And I bury dead animals that I find because I believe it's respectful to them.
Okay. Okay. What kind of holes do you dig? Tell me about these holes you dig.
Well,
You dig them a certain way every time, or just dig a hole?
Just dig a hole, pretty much.
Okay. Just wherever they're at? I mean, do you dig at a certain spot or what?
Nope.
Just a big round hole.
Rice's questions seem pedantic, at least to the average person who lacks strong opinions on holes. But if Alyssa is the digging connoisseur she claims to be, she should be able to speak on details about the shovels she uses, the size of the holes, even the terrain that's easiest to work with. There's no release when Rice laughs this time. He's laughing at her, not with her, casting doubt on her answer.
I'm such a not dirt kind of girl.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me. I don't do worms and I don't do dirt.
Well, I'm in rugby,
Oh.
and so we do a lot of contact, physical in the mud and whatnot. And
I know several
really
girls
enjoy
playing
that.
rugby. That's kind of the thing right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maya takes it upon herself to break the tension.
Have you ever played rugby?
Her building of rapport with Alyssa compromises her role as an impartial advocate. Whether she has done this intentionally or not, she's broken a clause in the Missouri Juvenile Justice Association Code of Ethics that she should know like the back of her hand. A juvenile officer will neither seek personal information beyond that necessary to perform.
Juvenile officers are meant to protect, not participate. When Meyer blurs that line, she doesn't just fail Alyssa, she poisons the case. Sometimes justice collapses quietly, not because of evil, but because of empathy in the wrong place.
his or her duties, nor disclose information to those not having a professional need for it.
Alyssa, this hole that you dug, when did you dig that hole?
Sunday, I
Sunday.
believe. Yes.
Why did you dig that hole?
Because Sunday I was bored. You don't really do much on Sunday. Can't watch TV, play video games, So decided to go outside.
When did you dig it?
Ooh. I think my grandpa would have the exact time. I don't really remember.
What were you doing Sunday? I mean, tell me about Sunday then.
I was at my mom's house for the weekend.
Okay.
She lives at the lake. And we came back around 5, and I know I dug it before dark, so it was sometime in between. Wait, what time did we come home?
So you got back home 6:30, 6:45-ish
It
probably?
would have been right at 6:30.
6:30?
About 25 minutes.
Well, it's getting dark by then.
Yeah.
Well,
So you got home at 6:30.
Yeah.
And how did you dig a hole at what? So what did you
Well,
do
that's what-
Sunday? Well, I'm not asking what your grandpa did.
Rice rebukes Alyssa for the first time and will double down on this tonal shift by attacking a contradiction.
What did you do then?
Oh, I think I took a shower and went to sleep, so I don't think I did it. I think it was Saturday, actually. No, because I wasn't here Saturday.
You weren't here Saturday.
Nope.
On Sunday.
Right.
Monday.
I think it was Friday then, because I was here Friday. And I know I did it during the day, because it wasn't dark, and we didn't have school Friday. So, I'm pretty sure it was him.
Because I was out there yesterday,
Mhm.
and I don't know if you remember my face. I talked to you yesterday.
Yeah.
And you probably don't remember, I had mud all over me then because it was raining. I'd been digging a hole for about 5 hours.
Right.
You and your grandpa assured me it was on Sunday. You told me you were 100% positive it was Sunday. So now are you certain
if
it wasn't Sunday?
Well, now that I actually think about it, I was just listening to my grandpa because he keeps track of things really well. But if I didn't get home till 6:30, then there's no way I could have done it.
Yeah, it wouldn't seem possible. That
Right.
it was.
Right.
So then Friday, what'd you do? Think back to Friday.
Decided to go outside and just do whatever. And I dug a hole. He would have seen me.
Your grandpa would have seen you
Yeah.
go out. Did you just bring a shovel with you?
Yes.
What kind of shovel? Like a long shovel or like one of the short shovels?
It's a pretty long shovel, like that tall.
Okay, so do you think...
It's not a camping shovel or anything.
Okay, that's what I meant, like one of the short
Yeah.
ones or one of the long handled
Did you go to the house and get it?
No, I went to the,
Daycare? 'Cause I remember looking out the window and seeing you walking with a shovel.
it was at the barn.
Okay. And so I was still at work, and I don't get off until 12:30.
Right. It was at the
And
barn.
I remember thinking, what is she doing with that shovel?
So you saw her
I
take a
did.
shovel? Yeah, you
And I was
did.
at work.
And you're positive that was on Friday?
Well, I can't be positive, 100% positive, but it was within the last few days. And since we're kind of, narrowing the days down on the timeline, I would have to say it was Friday.
Okay.
I don't know why that matters, but
Why did you dig that hole?
Because I was bored and I felt like doing something.
Tell me about that hole, though. It's a very specific hole. I mean, it's a very unique hole, I should say.
Are all of your holes like that?
No.
Okay.
But why?
This innocuous question demonstrates why Maya shouldn't participate in any capacity. Alyssa confirms the holes aren't all like that, giving Rice ammunition to hound her over why she dug it. Ammunition he wouldn't have if Maya could restrain herself.
You dug the hole, so you know
Yes.
what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That was a very, very unique hole.
I guess. I was digging. I mean, whatever shape comes to mind. I was just entertaining myself.
The reason I'm asking, it just seems like and you can understand why, as if people were out in the woods looking for a person, if they were lost, or God forbid, looking for, if they thought it was God forbid, a body, why they would be alarmed by that hole, because they're, come along a hole, freshly dug hole that was, we're talking about a perfect rectangle hole that is 3 by about 4.5, 5 foot, perfect rectangle. Perfect size. What would be a grave, or you think of a small coffin. So think a perfect rectangle about 3 feet by about 4.5, 5 foot, straight shovel marks down, about, as you described when I talked to you out there, about that deep. Straight down the first few inches of dirt, up until you get to that real hard packed dirt, almost as if somebody were digging down, got to a point to where you got to those roots in that hard dirt and realized it's too hard to dig. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's why so many people, I think, were alarmed by that hole. because that's the kind of hole
That
that
makes
we
sense.
as investigators typically see when we find a body underneath it. But for a 15-year-old girl to dig a perfectly rectangle 3 by 4 or 5 square rectangle hole, it just caught a lot of people as very odd.
That makes sense.
Alyssa hasn't shown nearly the same enthusiasm towards the rationale of earlier questions. As Rice edges closer to the truth, Alyssa goes out of her way to emulate the opinions of an innocent person.
What do you think about that?
Well, I guess, the timing for digging that hole was definitely not good.
Have you ever dug a hole like that before?
I have.
Where at?
I've buried animals. We dug holes for dead cats.
Okay. I mean, did you, because what I'm trying to do is so that I can go out of here and, be able to tell some of these other agents that, look, this wasn't, she wasn't digging a grave site. She's dug holes like this before.
Mm-hmm.
Rice distances himself from the volunteers and investigators, unsettled by Alyssa's hole. If he wants to maintain this line of questioning without wounding their rapport, Rice needs Alyssa to believe he's on her side.
So are there other sites you could show us where you dug a perfect rectangle hole like this, or is this the only time you dug a hole just like that? Because if there is another hole like that you could show us.
I think that's the only hole that's not filled in that's like
Well, it doesn't matter if it's filled in or not.
Okay.
We have experts out there that can look at that, and I mean, these guys can. It doesn't matter if it's a year old. They can.
Okay.
They have sonar. They can run right over it, and they can tell you the shape, the depth, the whole thing. I mean, we're talking about guys that have the FBI. They have instruments that can do just about everything. So I mean, if there is one that you can point out, we can show them, look, this is, this girl likes to dig holes in certain shapes, and that way they'll calm down about, nobody will think, it's different or weird about it.
Despite being a digging aficionado, Alyssa is ignorant of the advanced hole technology that can catch her in a lie. Rice takes his time, playing up the resources at his disposal.
You can see Rice tightening the psychological net. His tone isn't cruel, it's strategic. He's giving her just enough hope to keep talking, even as he's walking her straight into confession.
Demoralizing Alyssa until she admits this hole is unique, even for her.
Have you dug a hole like this before then, or is this the first time?
It's not completely like this, but it's like kind of like that.
Okay.
Like
So
big
this.
enough for a shoebox.
Okay, but this is the first time of that size.
Yes.
Did Elizabeth ever go on walks with you in the woods?
Nope. I've
I know
never
you
seen
said
her.
she was a girly girl.
Yeah, I've
but-
never seen her in the woods.
Okay. I mean, did you ever take her on walks in the woods or anything like that?
When I go on walks, I like to go by myself.
Okay. What do you know about all of this so far? Obviously, unfortunately, your poor family's been thrown in the middle of this. So what do you know about this whole investigation or mess?
She's still missing. They're out looking for her. They don't want more volunteers because there's a lot of volunteers so far. This is really big. They've had helicopters
Yeah, they have.
searching as well. And I don't know, that's pretty much what I know.
I'm going to ask you just some opinion questions here.
Okay.
What do you think happened to Elizabeth?
Opinion questions aren't going to help track down Elizabeth, but they give Alyssa the opportunity to speculate rather than recite her narrative.
Well, I really don't think she would run away because she's 9. And the way that they've been searching for 2 days, never got any sign of her. So I think that maybe someone kidnapped her or something. It's a terrible thing, but I don't know what else to assume.
Okay.
Would she have easily been lured into a car? I mean, was she that kind of girl? I don't know anything about her. Would she have been with a kitten? I mean,
Maybe. You'd have to ask her mom about
sure.
Do you think somebody did something to her? I mean, is that
that seems most likely, because I don't think she'd be the kind of person that would hide or stay out all night or anything like that.
okay? Is there anybody in that area you can think of that would, that comes to mind that you would think of that would do that? Is there anybody that, knowing your neighbors, that you would?
No, but there is a lot of cars that drive down that highway.
Okay, just a few opinion questions. I'm just asking your opinion, because what type of person do you think would do this sort of thing to a 9-year-old girl?
A sick person, like someone that, I don't know, can put down all their morals and just take a 9-year-old girl.
Whenever we find out what happened to her, if somebody did something to her, what do you think should happen to them?
I think they should get convicted. Well, yeah, because all the trouble that they're causing so far.
Okay. I'm going to ask you because I ask everybody. Did you do anything to Elizabeth?
No.
Did you cause her disappearance?
No.
Did you kill her?
No.
Okay. Do you know where she's at right now?
No.
Okay. Have you talked with Emma about all this?
I have. I mean, a little bit.
What does she say?
She's just saying that Elizabeth dropped her off and decided to go back home. She didn't really say too much about it, really. I mean, she said, yeah, they were playing and whatnot, but...
So she wasn't tangled up in the bush with her?
No. That was supposedly after Elizabeth dropped her off, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead. Can I go to the bathroom? Oh, yeah, go ahead. Do I need to stop?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Actually,
okay.
I need you to step out if possible. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that okay?
We can wait a bit longer because if we are, I'm going with her.
Go ahead. Yeah. I'll whatever the rules are. I'll
You go
step
ahead
out.
first, please.
Finally, Maya graces us with an example of what her job is here. A juvenile suspect is more vulnerable to pressure and manipulation than an adult. Thus, the juvenile officer must keep a watchful eye and intervene if the interrogator takes an exploitative angle. Regardless of how upstanding a person Rice may be, he isn't permitted to question Alyssa unsupervised, even if Maya has just popped out for a bathroom break.
Okay. Everybody good? Everybody good on drinks and everything? So, okay. Is there, to walk up there, is there like a back path or something? Like if Emma's going to go up there and say, hey, can she come over and play or whatever, is there?
Yeah, there
Where's that? On here? How's that?
On the, she would probably come up
Ballpark.
here and just like...
Where would she go to?
Well,
She doesn't take the highway, does she?
I believe they do at times.
Yeah,
Emma's not allowed to go alone.
I'm thinking
She's
she'd
not
take the
gone.
highway, because that'd be the
Emma's
easiest.
not allowed to go alone?
No,
She doesn't break that rule, does she?
she did that day. Yeah, she
No,
went
she's
alone.
broken it before, too.
Though it's against the rules, Emma went unaccompanied to visit Elizabeth, walking 270 meters along Lomo Drive. Alyssa posits Elizabeth broke the same rule and walked home alone, capitalizing on the highway's implied danger to divert attention from the nearby woods. This diversion achieves little in the grand scheme of things, as Rice is already advancing to the interrogation's next phase. Having shaken Alyssa's confidence without scaring her away, his focus turns to overwhelming her with evidence.
See, we don't know if she stayed and played.
Yeah.
Her mother would be a better one to tell you when they left, because I guess she handed her the cell phone when she left.
Do you have a cell phone?
Not right now.
Okay. Does Dustin have a cell phone?
He and his mom share a cell phone.
You guys talk on cell phones or anything back and forth, or is that how you guys communicate? Or
We call, usually.
okay. And you knew Elizabeth had a cell phone.
She shared one with Anthony, I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
Okay. What color was that cell phone?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. You probably have heard that she obviously, she had that cell phone with her that day. And, there are pretty easy ways that we have to locate that cell phone through GPS, and they can locate that down to pretty well a few inches nowadays, especially with what the FBI have.
Right.
So we can pretty well find a cell phone anywhere on the planet nowadays.
Just as he intimidated Alyssa with his whole analyzing resources, Rice dials up the pressure by essentially boasting about the investigative powers of mobile phones. It's a classic maneuver and also a bluff. A ping at 9:49 p.m. places Elizabeth in the woods behind the Bustamante house. Yet another at 10:03 p.m. points 100 meters further south. Elizabeth was already dead and buried by 6:15 p.m., and her body wasn't moved until her grave was uncovered. GPS pings are powerful tools, but they're not infallible.
This part always haunts me. They're chasing pings and signals, but the truth is already dead. Technology gives answers, but it can't bring back what's gone, especially innocence.
And Elizabeth's phone ran out of battery before authorities could pinpoint her location.
Now, it's my understanding that did the FBI do a search or something of the house where you guys lived? Tell me about that. What was that all about?
They searched our house, I guess, for any signs of Elizabeth, and they found stuff in my room, but not like evidence like that. They found like marijuana seeds.
And you understand, I don't care about marijuana seeds or any of that.
And they found
Care less.
my medication.
The medication in question is Prozac, prescribed to treat Alyssa's depression. Her mental health issues and general edginess offer some context to her bedroom's unsettling decor. Clothes and rubbish litter every surface. A poem about self-harm is scrawled upon a wall. And perhaps most disturbing, a poster of the Joker hangs above her bed. Any rebellious teen would be mortified by strangers combing through their bedroom, but Alyssa is hiding something far darker than marijuana seeds.
That's not what we're here about. Has Elizabeth ever been in the house? I mean, she's coming over to visit with Emma.
Yes.
Yeah, I assume if she's a neighbor girl, she's probably been over there, so not a big deal there. So you said they searched your room.
Yes.
Other than marijuana seeds and that sort of stuff, did they find anything?
Nope.
Okay, did they take anything?
They took my sheet and
Okay.
a pillowcase, I think.
Did they take anything else?
I don't think so. I haven't really surveyed anything.
Okay.
I think they took clothes
Oh, they took a pair of pants.
Okay.
and a diary.
Good.
I mean, they gave us the list. It's not all coming to me what was on the list, but there's a long list.
Took a diary. Okay. You ever gone through the diary?
I've looked at some of it, yes.
Did you know that?
No,
Okay. Does it make you angry?
a little.
Yeah. It's kind of your private, personal thoughts, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can understand you being angry with that, but she's.
But only if it's sitting out. I've never gone looking. She's got it sitting open on the floor, and I'm there. I care about her.
Well, the diary is supposed to be, I understand where you're coming from, because the diary is supposed to be your, where you keep your personal thoughts and your secrets and the rest of it, and that's where we, put our secrets, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We've talked to a lot of people, and
Yeah.
and I can tell you though, there's some people that we have talked to that we don't feel we're telling the full truth yet,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why we go around, we collect a lot of stuff, because we don't always know what is the evidence and what isn't. They collect a lot of things, such as your diary
And the shovels.
and the shovels.
Rice pivots from the topic of Alyssa's secrets to Elizabeth's disappearance, hinting at a connection between the two. With the hole, the phone, and now the diary, he moves towards confrontation at an excruciating pace, trapping Alyssa in limbo as she waits for the other shoe to drop. Her mind scrambles at whether to have hope and keep playing dumb, nodding and agreeing with Rice in the hopes he'll get to the damn point.
Do you think they went through your diary?
If they collected it, then most likely. What?
This pause is different to the silence psych-outs we usually see. Alyssa answered the question to the best of her ability, and Rice hasn't asked a new one. Not only does she feel compelled to keep talking, she doesn't know what she can say further. Scrambling to fill the silence, Alyssa mumbles about the embarrassing teenage musings in her diary, hoping that's all they found.
The only thing I can think of is embarrassing things that they find it about me. So.
We talked a little bit earlier about technology.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you write something down,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Let's say you write it down in pencil, and then you take a pen and try real hard to scratch it out.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make it go away.
Alyssa knows exactly what's hidden behind the scratches. On the day of Elizabeth's disappearance, she wrote, "I just fucking killed someone. I strangled them and slit their throat and stabbed them. It was..."
Hearing her own handwriting turned against her. That's the moment humanity leaves the room. It's not a confession anymore. It's a window into something broken beyond repair.
Was amazing. It's pretty enjoyable. I gotta go to church now. LOL.
Okay.
It's still there. And forensically, and actually you don't even need a whole lot of forensics. If you hold it up to a light, you can see what was written. And then when that's processed forensically, every word, every stroke is still there. Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
What we want to do is find out what happened to the little girl,
Okay.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
You have a little sister.
Yes.
If something happened to her,
Mm-hmm.
you would want to know where she is.
Yes.
Even if something bad had happened to her,
Yes.
you would want to know what happened to her,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if she has a sibling or not. I don't know. I don't know her family. But I know her family wants to find her and recover her.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know what the truth is.
Okay.
We have your diary. We've read your diary,
Mm-hmm.
including the last entry.
Mm-hmm.
We both know what we're talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
Where's she at?
I don't know.
Melissa, I want you to look at me for just a minute.
What?
We deal with kids all the time. We deal with kids all the time. That's all I've done for 12 years is deal with kids.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to say anything in this room that's going to catch us off guard. Okay? We need you to be honest. Just be honest. If you know something, then say it. Okay? Please continue. Just say it if you know something.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You need to tell us the truth. You need to tell us what happened. If this was an accident, that's fine, but we need the truth. We have to know the truth. That's all I'm asking for, is whatever happened, I have to know the truth. This is not going to go away. All I'm asking for is the truth.
I don't know what's in the diary. I don't know the truth.
That's what I'm asking. Tell us what happened. If this was an accident, that's fine. We can deal with that. But I have to know what happened. I have to know what the truth was. I have to know how this happened. And the most important thing is, we have to know where she's at. We have to give this family some closure. Just like if this was your little sister, you would want closure.
This isn't an effective appeal, considering on Alyssa's walls, amongst grim poems and letters from her incarcerated father, there's a crude sketch of a person covered in red slashes. Beneath case photo censoring, Alyssa labels the figure Emma. Regardless of how authentic this malice towards her sister may be, Alyssa clearly isn't ready to engage with such open-ended accusations. Rice narrows the scope of his question.
This family needs closure. Okay? Let's start at the beginning. Is this something that was planned out, or was this just an accident?
It was an accident.
Okay. Well, this is a starting point then. That's kind of what I thought.
Rice loosens his grip, and Alyssa finally allows herself to drop the mask. Her anxiety is on full display, but remember, the detective said this is a starting point. She isn't out of the woods yet. And it's tragic that her grandmother must witness what's to come.
Why don't we start with what happened? Did you get home from school at 3:30?
Do you want to sit by her?
Rice hasn't cut Mayer off so abruptly before, but this moment is too crucial for delicacy towards her interruptions. He must listen closely for any mistakes, and Alyssa is about to make a stream of errors.
I'm in the forest. Like I said. And Elizabeth was in there.
Do you have an extra one for her? Yes. Elizabeth was there in the forest?
Yes.
Was she alone?
Yeah.
Okay.
We decided to go hang out because it was a nice day. We were just messing.
Take your time.
We were just messing around. And she fell. She died. I didn't know what to do. So I burned her body. because I didn't want to get in trouble.
At the creek bed.
Yes.
How did you burn her?
I just got a bunch of wood and started a fire and burned her body.
Elizabeth's body was found with a bruised and slashed throat, slit wrists, and 8 stab wounds. It's not exactly feasible to mutilate a body by accident, so she needs to convince authorities that there aren't any remains to find. Rice knows this means stoking a fire to 1,000 degrees Celsius for at least 2 hours, and he has little confidence a 15-year-old could pull this off. He starts the journey.
She talks about holes like their hobbies, as if this was an art project. It's chilling how ordinary murder sounds when it's spoken by a child.
Towards a real confession by returning to the clearest evidence of premeditation, the hole.
Why did you dig that hole? Was that for her? When did you dig the hole? You dug it ahead of time, didn't you?
I dug that hole on Wednesday.
Before you played with her.
Yes.
When we go and get the body here, there'll be an autopsy.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter. I work a lot of homicides.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter whether the body's burned or not.
Mm-hmm.
They'll go through and do an autopsy.
Okay.
And they will discover every injury on her body and the cause of death. And I understand you say she fell, and that's why she died. However, they will know from the autopsy if she was shot, if she was hit in the head, if her throat was cut. They will know all of that from the autopsy. So we need to know the truth, because at the end of the autopsy, they will know exactly how she died.
This isn't exactly true. Evidence of shallow wounds could be destroyed by fire, but Rice is confident in his bluff. There's no way Alyssa had the time or resources to burn a body.
How did you kill her?
She died.
How did she die? 9-year-old girls don't just die.
We were messing around. Then she fell back and hit her head.
Was her throat cut?
Yeah. Oh. I can't believe.
Grandma?
Oh my God.
Listen, I think you dug the hole ahead of time because you knew you were going to kill Elizabeth. I think you tried to dig the hole, like I said, and realized it was too hard to dig down that far. And I think you got Elizabeth out there and knew you were going to kill her. And then you cut her throat. Is that what happened?
Yes.
What did you use to cut her throat with?
Not.
A pocket knife? A kitchen knife?
Kitchen knife.
Okay. Where's that kitchen knife now?
And the sink.
In the sink of your house?
I believe so.
Okay. So you brought it back to the house with you. Did you wash it off?
Yes.
Okay. How long of a knife is it?
About
About that long? What kind of handle does it have?
black one.
Black handle? Okay. Did you stab her?
Afterwards.
Stab her body or where?
Yes.
Okay. How many times did you stab her?
2. I
2.
think.
Did you hit her with anything first?
No.
Or did you just cut her neck? Or what? You tell me what happened.
Cut her throat and she died. And then I just stabbed her.
When did you dig the hole?
I done that when I was trying to find a place to hide her body.
So did you dig that after you killed her? Yes? Okay. So at about 5:30, you went out. Did you go to her house to get her?
I went over there and she was outside, so I was like, yeah.
You knew you were going to do it then? Okay, so you went over there about 5:30 and got her. Was Emma with you?
She was for part of the way. Like I said, I ditched her.
Ditched her?
Yeah.
Did you have the knife hidden on you? Or where was it at?
Yeah, I had it.
In your hand?
No.
Okay. So you went, did you walk all the way over to her house?
Yeah.
Okay. Show me what route you went.
I went back through here.
Went and got her?
Yeah.
And then show me where you went from there. I mean, show me with this pen where you went from there. You had Elizabeth.
I came to the pond and then just followed that path.
Okay. And then you went up here to a creek bed?
Yes.
Okay. And where did Emma turn back?
I think it was somewhere out here.
Okay.
Like I said,
So it was just you and Elizabeth?
Mhm.
What did you tell Elizabeth you were going to do?
We were just hanging out at first. I don't know. I didn't.
You had the knife with you. Had you made up your decision you were going to kill her then?
No.
At what point did you make the decision that you were going to kill her?
When we had been at the creek.
Okay. Why?
I don't know.
You just decided? Okay.
Alyssa may genuinely have no motive, but there's no doubt things were more choreographed than she lets on. She supposedly dug her hole after the murder, and sending away a witness while armed with a knife wasn't premeditation, but a simple fluke. Perhaps she hopes her impulsiveness will similarly translate to a lack of intent.
And is it true you said then you burned her body? Okay, is that part true?
Mm-hmm.
So is her body should still be there?
I burned it and then I scattered it in the pond or the creek.
Into the creek?
Yes.
Is the creek full of water?
Yes.
Okay. Because generally it's pretty hard to burn a body all the way. So it wasn't burned up all the way, was it?
No.
No, because it's hard to burn a body.
Right.
So you kind of pushed what was left of the body into the water. Was the water moving pretty fast?
Kind of.
Okay. Clothes still, you can still see her clothes? Were they burned off of her by then? And then what did you do from there? You had the knife, and then show me what happened from there.
I just walked back and came inside.
Did you walk back this path that you showed me?
Yes.
You walked this path, came back inside,
Yep.
and then what did you do?
I went up to my room, turned out, came down.
Put the knife in the sink? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about the hole, though?
It was just there.
No, it wasn't just there.
I dug it. Yeah, it was there.
When did you dig it?
After I was looking for something to do with their body, so I dug it.
When?
It was before I came home
Before you came home from where?
from the forest.
Who helped you?
No,
Your grandpa helped you, didn't he?
no,
Who helped you?
no one helped me.
When did you dig this hole?
Why?
When?
It's Wednesday.
The Wednesday before all this?
No, Wednesday it happened.
After or before you killed her?
After,
You came back home,
yes.
went to your room, heard Emma crying,
Mm-hmm.
went to help her,
Mm-hmm.
which would have been almost 6 o'clock in the evening when Emma was screaming. So when would you have had time to dig that hole?
Before I came back.
You didn't have a shovel with you.
I had a knife.
You didn't dig that hole with a knife.
The odds were already stacked against this story, and her initial timeline strikes yet more nails in the coffin. Elizabeth should have been home by 6 p.m., so let's be generous and say that Emma saw her friend leave at 5:45 p.m. We know her life was taken by 6:15 p.m., when Alyssa was heard bolting down the stairs to rescue Emma from the thorn bushes. They left for church shortly after, and police had already started searching by 7 p.m., so Alyssa can't have covered up her crime at this point. She expects you to believe that in the space of 30 minutes, she murdered a child, tried digging a grave with a knife, and buried the body without search parties, smelling the acrid smoke of burning hair. So why is she still lying? If Alyssa can convince Rice there's no body to be found, she doesn't have to reveal Elizabeth lies in a second grave. Even if by some miracle she could pull this off and tidy up in time for church, there's no way she could dig 2 holes. Discovering the true pre-dug grave would make premeditation undeniable.
Every timeline collapse, every contradiction, it all points to intent. She didn't just snap. She planned, practiced, and performed.
Worse yet, the size of both holes proves she always intended to kill a small child.
You did not dig. I was out there for 5 hours. You didn't dig that hole with a knife. Your grandpa loves you very much, doesn't he? Your grandpa would do anything for you. I know you don't want to tell me. I know you want to protect him. But we have got to get to the truth in this. You came back. You told him what had happened. And he wanted to help you. He wanted to try to make this right.
I didn't know my grandpa anything.
Rice takes Alyssa at her word that the hole was dug that day, so a secret accomplice is the only way to make sense of the timeline. He's paid meticulous attention to his suspect's every word and recalls that Alyssa's very first narrative identified her grandfather as the first person she saw that afternoon. But his close-ended questions won't work this time because Alyssa is telling the truth. No one could blame Rice for rejecting that a teenage girl could do something like this. Even when Alyssa admits she lied to conceal premeditation, the detective will be caught up in his accomplice theory for the rest of the interview.
I was supposed to take the psychology test Tuesday or something like that.
At Pathways?
Yeah. Well, what are they gonna do to me?
What's gonna happen is I'm unclear. They may take you back out to help you look for the body. Right? And then we're gonna take you down to the juvenile office. We'll process you in and make some decisions there. See if have you been hospitalized before?
Yeah.
Yeah, where at?
At Midmo.
At Midmo. Okay. We're gonna make some decisions like that, okay? In through your nose and out through your mouth, okay? At this point, you're still a juvenile. The juvenile office focuses on treatment, okay? We gear our services towards treatment. The juvenile arena is geared towards treatment, okay?
We heard a similar question in our Kevin McCatlin video, and will repeat that investigators have to be careful their answers don't stray into the territory of bribes or threats. Maya, on the other hand, is happy to soothe Alyssa with the idea of treatment rather than punishment. This is considered a manipulative tactic, and it sets an expectation that encourages Alyssa to keep cooperating. Of course, Rice has been manipulative too. He certainly didn't hold back from imposing fear and guilt to keep Alyssa talking. But the important distinction here is their roles. Interrogators are permitted to use deceptive tactics and can even lie about the evidence they have. For Maya, those actions violate the foundation of her career as a juvenile officer. The judge presiding over Alyssa's trial agreed and blocked prosecutors from using the footage you've just seen. Maya was deemed to have used deceptive tactics, reaching far beyond her statutory role to observe and protect of Alyssa's rights. Fortunately, even without the confession, the evidence was indisputable. Following the interrogation, Alyssa guides Rice to Elizabeth's body. It was Alyssa's idea, not Emma's, to have Elizabeth come play. She encouraged her sister to collect their neighbor, sending Emma away when it was time for Elizabeth to go home. Alyssa led her victim into the woods to show her something really neat, all the while keeping a kitchen knife tucked in her waistband. They walked a quarter mile to the site where Alyssa killed the girl, dragged her into a pre-dug hole, and used her hands to scrape dirt and leaves over the body. Alyssa would be tried as an adult, and her defense tried to excuse the crime with her troubled childhood and a recently increased Prozac dosage. This had some credence given her history of suicide attempts and self-harm. A nurse documented well over 300 scars across Alyssa's body, including self-inflicted burns, bites, and the words hate and pain carved into her arms. But Prozac has been proven to decrease hostility and anger, not trigger it. So Alyssa eventually struck a deal and pled guilty to second-degree murder. She avoided life in prison, but won't walk freely until she's at least 60 years old. Alyssa wishes she could give her own life to bring Elizabeth back, but remorse can't rectify the fact this little girl was outlived by even her great-grandparents. Elizabeth Alton spent her short life singing Hannah Montana and Taylor Swift, baking cookies and playing dress-up. She spent her last moments with her mother practicing for a school play she'd never perform. Elizabeth was as treasured and deserving of life as any other little girl, and was taken to her final resting place in a horse-drawn carriage through a sea of pink balloons.
Elizabeth Alton's story should end with her laughter, not in transcripts. Cases like this remind us, evil doesn't always look like a monster. Sometimes it's a teenage smile that hides a storm.